The Tpot 16 voting war has been one of the biggest voting wars of Tpot so far, and it's been about a week or so after Tpot 16 has come out, and after all the polls and other voting results I've looked at. Obviously the votes aren't public, but this is probably going to be the best educated guess that I could give to the topic, and that might be a little more surprising than you think. This is definitely one of the more chaotic eliminations, just considering the fact that it's one team losing 2 members instead of one person from each team that's normally 2 teams. Especially coming from Cloudya, which is one of the most popular teams in the whole series. But my prediction for the first one safe, and to be surprised to pretty much no one, will be Pencil. Pencil had a huge part of this episode. She has a very good story ahead of her, and she's basically been the main character of Tpot these last 2 episodes, and so I think she's pretty easily going to get the most votes this episode. Number 2 should also be a surprise to no one that it's Golf Ball. Golf Ball also had a very big part of this episode. Very good likability, developed a lot as a character this episode, and is definitely going to serve as a key factor for Pencil's development this season. However, the third one might shock a little of you guys, but third is actually Donut. Everything I've looked at has pointed that Donut is going to be third place within the voting, and a lot of people have been, like in my comments, have been saying like, oh, they're worried about Donut being eliminated, but I really doubt he's going to be eliminated this episode. It seems like those 3 characters are pretty safely not going to be in the bottom 3, and Donut did have a pretty big part of this episode too, definitely being the third contributing factor for Cloudya, especially with the van, because the 3 characters that were in the van for the longest were Donut, Golf Ball, and Pencil, and that's where most of the story of the episode came from, were in those scenes while they were driving the van. So Donut is pretty easily the third one safe in my opinion. However, this is where the votes get tricky, because Pillow, Winner, and Yellowface at the bottom 3, only one of them can be safe. And honestly, I don't really know where the votes are gonna go necessarily. This is probably going to be the trickiest part of it, because Apoy did make that video about pushing Pillow's votes, and a lot of people were mad at that, but I don't really know how much it's actually going to affect the votes, to be honest, because clearly all of Apoy's vote, like fans or subscribers, are obviously Tpot and BFDI watchers, so they could have already cast their votes by now. However, I do still think Pillow is going to be the first one eliminated. I think Pillow is going to get the least amount of votes this episode, and it is because, I already made a video about Pillow yesterday, so I'm not really going to go too much into detail on why I think Pillow's going to be eliminated, because it is pretty obvious. People are just kind of sick of Pillow's character, but now it is down to Yellowface and Winner, and this one is going to be tricky. I've seen so many different polls saying Winner's the fourth one safe, Yellow's the 4th one safe. It's like keeps going up and down, but as of recent, the most recent polls I've seen, it looks like it's indicating towards Yellowface is the last one safe and Winner is the one eliminated, which is kind of shocking to me, because I really thought Winner was going to make a pass this episode. Am I mad about it? No, I'm not really that big of a fan of Winner. But I thought Winner had a way bigger fan base, because Winner was getting a lot of votes in the previous episodes. But again, it just shows how much characters' popularity can fall in just a short amount of episodes. Some of the most popular characters in the beginning of the show have already been eliminated. So, yeah, comment down below what you think of these results, and how accurate you think they actually are.